Hello, so today I'm going to be showing you guys how to prepare your strawberry plants ready for the winter. So if you guys are like me, I did not realise that strawberry plants got to be protected over the winter. I thought that over the winter that they'd be fine and then in the next growing season they'll just keep growing. But it turns out you need to overwinter your strawberry plants because they will go dormant over the winter. So you need to basically protect them so next year's harvest will be bigger and it stops them from dying over the winter. So I'm going to show you now what the stuff you need to look out for and what you got to do to overwinter your strawberry plants. So the first thing we got to do before we start overwinterizing our strawberry plants is actually wait for it to get colder. In the UK now it's starting to hit freezing temperatures, so before the frosts actually kick in properly it's best off to do it now. But also you can see the leaves are starting to go like a reddish colour. What this indicates is the plant is starting to go into dormancy. So this is the perfect time to do it. We don't want to start pruning our strawberry plants too early because pruning is a simulator for growth. So what it does is if you was to prune this strawberry plant, it might think that it's going to regrow again. So when it actually comes to it freezing and snowing, this could end up growing, and then because it's already growing, it could end up killing the plant. So we can't prune them too early, so we actually got to wait until they're either going reddish on the leaves and when the frosts actually start turning up for winter. So the next step is to de-weed your pots which the strawberry plants are in. And as you can see, my strawberry plants are well de-weeded. There's no weeds in the soil at all. I do keep up to date with it. I do try and get rid of many weeds as I can. But if it starts to look like this, where it's just full of weeds and grass, you want to try and clear that up as best as you can because you don't want as much stuff trying to take up any nutrients in the ground. And we're not trying to save the grass, we want to try and save the strawberries so they can grow better next year. Okay, so the next part is we're actually going to trim our strawberry plants. I've already got one here that I've already done it to. And basically what you want to try and do is be careful because you don't want to end up cutting the crown of the strawberry plant. So this is a little runner that I had this year for my strawberry plants. The crown is basically this part here, which is actually the base of the strawberry plant. But I'm going to show a picture of what it looks like a little bit easier. But what you've got to try and do is cut it so we're not cutting the crown, we're cutting above it. So basically we're going to get rid of all the leaves, so it's going to reset over winter. Right, so when it comes to pruning your strawberry plants, like I said, you want to avoid cutting at the crown, which is right at the bottom of the plant. What you want to do is try and cut it here at the top, where the stems are coming out the crown. Because what you want to try and do is just try and remove all the leaves if you can. So as you can see, it's all been pruned now. So now you can actually see what the crowns are, which is a lot better. But yeah, this is now ready to have a lot of hay put on top of it, ready for the winter. So a good thing is as well, these leaves are not going to waste. You can just put them straight into your compost pile. Alright, so while this is looking like this at the moment, and it's all open, there's something you could do. You could start digging up the top surface of the soil like this and then add in a bit of fertiliser underneath or some compost, and what this does is over the winter it should break down, so when the strawberries are ready to grow next year it should help it boost it and actually make the strawberries a little bit bigger as well. But that's if you want to do it, but I'm just going to put some hay straight over the top now. Okay, so now the last part, now that you've trimmed it, sorted all the weeds out, added some fertiliser or some compost if you wanted to, is to add some straw on top. So what you want to do is simply just cover around it and on top of it, because this is now acting as insulation. So when it starts freezing over the winter, it will help it keep the plant alive basically, to stop it from dying. And then come the summer, you should be able to remove it, or you should start seeing the shoots come up, which indicates that the plant has actually lived. So if you haven't got straw, don't worry, you can use loose leaves and you can also use grass cuttings as long as it's loose. Don't try and cover the strawberry plant up with more compost or soil, because if you was to cover the crown of the strawberry plant, you could kill it because it could end up getting rot and diseases. So best off using loose stuff like straw or grass cuttings or dried leaves to mulch it over the winter. So one of the things you want to do after is now water the straw, because you don't want the straw blowing away in the wind. So you just want to give it a good soak so it should stain over the plants so the wind doesn't blow it away. So yeah, this is how you prepare your strawberry plants for the winter. Like I said, I didn't know that you could do this. Normally I just leave them, but it explains why they end up dying. So yeah, so now the strawberry plants will survive the winter, and then next season's grow, they should produce a better quality strawberry. So yeah, happy days.